Mm. Boot writing too. Are we live? Is it writing live now? I think people are going to make fun of me because every time I always start by saying, "Are we live? Are we live?" Then she was we're live, right? Okay,
Yes,
大家好啊，你们好。So 我叫 Augustus 老师 I know you guys already know this my face. 欢迎来到 Discovery Chinese class. I'm excited to be here today. I think I'm really excited for today's class. So before we continue, I think maybe Hetal and Phoebe, maybe they can say something.
你们好，我叫海帕老师。
Phoebe 呢？
大家好，我叫菲比，我是汉语水平。
非常好，你的汉语水平是几级？ Phoebe， 你的汉语水平是几级？
什么意思？
你的汉语水平 your level of Chinese, where have you reached?
Level 2.
非常好，非常好. That's really cool. That's really cool. So guys, I don't know. Today I'm not going to give too many minutes for people to come. Wait, Shama, because I'm already excited for today's class. Maybe I can just give a brief introduction for what we're going to do today, even as we wait for the other people to come. Today, we are going to look at Chinese festivals. Now, I know it is not possible for me to go through all the festivals that Chinese have. Now, I know Chinese people have this reputation of being workaholics, but during party, those people know how to throw down. Those people know how to throw down.
What Tongi?
Yes, they do know how to throw a good party. And so today I want us to just look at some of this. I want us to look at some of these festivals. Now, it is not possible for me to go through all of them because they do have quite a lot. And so what do? We're going to just look at a few of them. Why are we doing this? It's because this week we celebrated Mid-Autumn Festival. We celebrated Chinese Mid-Autumn Festival. I believe it was on Tuesday, was it?
Yes.
Yes, it was on Tuesday. And I think maybe Hetal, you can tell us, did you celebrate Mid-Autumn Festival? Personally, did you?
No, but I watched a Chinese gala on the Mid-Autumn Festival.
Okay, and Phoebe, I will ask you, were you even aware that there was a Chinese festival this Tuesday?
Yeah, I was aware, but I did not celebrate.
Oh, you didn't do anything?
Yeah.
But it's in the works, eh? Is it in the works? Is it? Or why are you laughing? or tunangojea Miss Faith atutole form?
Yeah.
Fei-chang, Yomo. Okay. Very cool, guys. So I am excited for us to learn. So today we are going to look at two of the popular ones that are there in China. So guys, I hope you guys are excited to see the culture, because I know we have been studying the language a lot. Now today, maybe we can look at a little bit of the culture and why they do what we do. And even as we look at the Chinese culture, we can think about some of the African traditions that we also have here in Kenya. I know Kenya, we have how many? 47? Is it 47 tribes?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think we have around 47 tribes. And I know each and every one of them are very rich in culture. And so, I don't know, do we usually have any traditional festivals? Do we? Phoebe, do we? In your culture, are there any? You can tell us maybe? Okay. But for Kenya, I know Kenya generally has our own tradition, our own festivals in Kenya. But I don't know if if the particular tribe groups, if they have their own. I'm not too sure about that. For my tribe, which I would say here in front of this whole world, I am not too sure if we do have our own festival. But I know Chinese, they have very many festivals, and their culture is really rich. And so today we are going to look at some of the festivals that they celebrate. So I hope you guys are excited. I'm excited for that. So without further ado, I think we can begin. So maybe you guys can let me know if you guys are able to see my screen. Maybe let me just share. Kaima. So I know you guys know me. I'm not a complicated person. I always use a hey ban every time. I always use a hey ban. Shama, because well, for one, I don't like thinking too much about it, and for two, well, it's a class, so I like having like that kind of class setting. But you can see today I am using a red background. Hong Suda. So guys, if you know how to say red in Chinese, maybe you can tell us. But Phoebe, Zamasho red. Hong Se, 非常好. So guys, you can see like today I am having a Hong Se background. I have a red background. So this, why did I do this? It is because of the festivals, and we know, and as we continue, maybe we can see why I chose this red color. Okay, 非常好. So 我们会进入今天的课，可以吗？好的. So Phoebe, you can read for us maybe the title for today. Jiero, 非常好. Now, do you know what Jiero means?
Yeah, holiday.
Holiday, 非常好, holiday. I know we all like Jiero. In fact, right now, even me, that's all I'm waiting for. That's all I am waiting for. I am waiting for the next Jiero. That is all I am waiting for. Anyway, so guys, maybe before we continue, maybe someone can tell me which Jiero in Kenya is your favorite Jiero? Heta 老师，哪个？
没有。
你没有啊？
They're all one day.
Yeah, they're all just one day. You want one yenye itakuwa more than one day.
Yes.
Yenye utakula weekend siku kadhaa. But when it falls on a Friday, actually, it's not one day. Anyway, and Phoebe na? All. Okay.
Especially if it is on a weekday.
If it's on a weekday where you can sleep. Good. Okay. So maybe Phoebe, you can read for us some of the vocabulary that we're going to encounter today. Nongli, 非常好. And Nongli, what does Nongli 什么意思?
Traditional Chinese calendar.
非常好. It's the traditional Chinese calendar. 非常好. The next one.
家庭.
家庭. And 家庭是什么?
Family.
Yes, it's family. 非常好. Hetal, can you continue from there?
红包.
红包. What is a 红包?
红包 literally means red envelope.
It's a red envelope. 非常好. The next one.
可是.
可是. 可是是什么?
But.
Phoebe, continue from there.
经常.
经常什么意思?
But.
非常好. Okay, so 经常 does not mean but. So there I wrote the wrong thing. So 经常 means often, okay? Often or frequently. So and now you can say it again. Okay. You can say it again.
Jinchang,
Jing Chang means
often or frequently.
often or frequently. Continue.
Nian Fan,
Nan Fang means
Fang South,
south. And then
Bei Fang,
Beifang, and Beifang means
North,
north. Good job. And the next one,
Kaixin,
Kaixin means
Happy,
happy. 非常好. And the next one,
Jiang,
这样非常好. And 这样 means
Repeat,
yes, 非常好. So it means like this. Now, first of all, before we continue, you can tell me. Okay, maybe we can just continue first. Hetal, 读一下今天的话题。
春节
春节. Now you can tell us 春节什么意思？
So Chun is spring and then Jie festival, spring festival.
非常好. So it means the spring festival. Now, you guys can tell me, does Kenya have festivals? Not festivals. What are these called? Seasons. Does Kenya have seasons?
Mayo,
Mayoma. What about when we say the rainy season, the dry season? Are those seasons or those are not seasons?
Kanang,
Those are not seasons.
yeah, those are not seasons.
What are they?
Weather,
Chitianchi. Okay. 非常好. Okay, so but in China they do have different seasons, right? Hetal, can you tell us the seasons that are there in China?
There is spring, Chuntian, there is Xiatian, summer, Qiutian, autumn, and Dongtian, winter.
冬天 winter, 非常好. So there are 4 seasons, right? Good.
Yeah.
So this spring festival, this spring festival, Chunjie, this is also, we call it the Chinese New Year, right? It's their new year now according to the Nongli. Remember we said Nongli is their calendar, is their Chinese calendar. So according to the Nongli, Chunjie, this is the first day of that the new year, that the year of Kuruka Mwaka. That is the Chunjie, the spring festival. Now, Hetal, can you read for us these 3 sentences that we have here today?
春节是中国最重要传统节日。
非常好，什么意思？
The Spring Festival is China's most important 传统 traditional festival.
So it is the most important traditional festival. Now, I asked my fellow students here which festival they think is that. Maybe you guys can type for me in the chats which festival you think is your best here in Kenya, or which one you think is the most important. I know maybe for kids, maybe it would be Christmas, I guess, Christmas. So this is like their Christmas. This is like their Christmas, where now they go all out, they do what. So in a few, we shall see some of the things that they do. Okay, so this is the most important traditional holiday that they have. Okay, Hetal Jishuba.
春节是农历的1月1号。
什么意思？
Spring Festival in the lunar calendar is the first month, the first day.
非常好. So I think I already explained what that means. It is in hiyo siku ya kuruka mwaka. 1月1号 in their Nongli.
今年中国人2月12号过了春节。
什么意思？
This year, 2021, Chinese people celebrated the Spring Festival on the February 12th.
Yes, February 12th. Yes, the second month on Hao. So they celebrated it on February the 12th. So every year it's not going to be the same, right? It's not going to be on the same day. You can say that now 2nd February, or rather 12th February is now the new year, right? It doesn't come on the same day because they go according to the Nongli. So this year it landed on 12th February. So Phoebe, can you see these pictures?
Yes.
Did I not tell you like Chinese know how to throw a good party? and you can imagine now in real life the dances, the lights, it's very beautiful. It's very beautiful. And you can see some of these things that they carry around. So I want you to just take note of the things that you can see. You can see the lanterns. Can you see the lanterns in these pictures? Can you see them? You can see people wearing red everywhere. You can see the fireworks. Can you see the fireworks? The dances. So I want you to put that at the back of your mind, even as we see some of the activities that take place during the Chunjie, okay? During the Chunjie. So, Phoebe, do you share Zegafati?
活动
活动非常好，活动什么意思
activity.
Activities. So 活动 is the activity. So let's look at some of the 活动 that happen during the Chunjie. So Phoebe, do you share the Ikajuze?
春节的时候，家族一起吃饭。
So 非常好. So tell us, what does that mean?
During a spring festival,
During the spring festival? The families eat together. 非常好. The family, they eat together. Do we share the Argajuze?
北方人经常吃饺子，但是南方人经常吃汤圆。
Now, Phoebe, do you know what a jiaozi is? Do you know what a jiaozi is?
我不知道。
你不知道. Hetalna, 你知道吗?
Jiaozi are dumplings.
Dumplings, 非常好. So Phoebe, 你吃过饺子吗? 你吃过饺子吗? So you've eaten them, but you don't know that they are called dumplings. That they are called 饺子. 非常幽默. And 汤圆是什么? 你知道吗?
我不知道。
Hetal, 你知道吗?
我知道。
是什么?
They are boiled balls made of rice flour.
Are made of rice flour. 非常好. Yes. So these are they are called rice balls, right? Well, yeah, like rice balls. So Phoebe, now that you know what all those means, can you try and decipher the meaning of this second sentence?
Not based on the north. Yeah,
North.
Often eat dumplings, but southern people often eat rice balls.
They often eat rice balls. So they have different tastes, right? So the people from the north, kina Beijing, kina which other city maybe is in the north? Tianjin na. Tianjin 在北方吗?
不知道。
So I think 天津在北方，对吗？
天津在北方。
So those people who come from the northern areas, they like eating the jiaozi. During the Chunjie, they like eating the jiaozi. But the people who come from the southern areas, they now prefer to eat the rice balls during the Chunjie. And then Phoebe, du ich ja最后的句子。
爸爸妈妈也送给孩子们红包，这样让他们非常开心。
非常好，什么意思？
Father and mother
Mm-hmm.
also give
Mm-hmm.
the children red cards or red envelopes.
Mm-hmm.
This way makes them very happy.
This way makes them very happy. Now, somebody can ask me, why is it that mtu anapatiwa a red envelope and it makes them very happy? Guys, when they're given those red envelopes, hapo ndani inakuwanga na pesa. Chen. Not like African parents will tell you, hi, happy birthday, happy birthday. Although these days I've seen people really like gift giving. I really like gift giving. So at least these days I see people really like giving out gifts. But in Chunjie, you're usually given the Hong Bao, and inside the Hong Bao, it has Qian. So maybe since we are saying that this is maybe an equivalent, I guess, to the biggest holiday in other places, and in Kenya, I am choosing to say Christmas. I'm choosing to say Christmas. Maybe you guys can tell us, during Christmas, what do you guys usually do? Petal, do you celebrate Christmas yourself?
Not celebrating it with the tree and all, but celebrating it as a holiday.
So you just 休息休息，睡觉睡觉，看电视。Phoebe 呢？
I have.
What do you do during Christmas?
我的家庭去教堂。
All day? All day. Okay, maybe you can tell us what you said, and then you can say if it's all day.
No. Around 2个小时。
2个小时. Okay, so maybe now you can tell our audience what you just said. What is 教堂?
教堂 is church.
Is church. So you go to church on Christmas. Yeah. Okay.
Augustus, maybe I can correct a little. We say 我去教会 because 教堂 is church, but it's the building. But then when you congregate and now it ceases to be 教堂, becomes 教会 because it's a building that has people. Congregants. So we can say, so Phoebe note, 你们去教会2个小时，对吧？ You go to the church 2 hours, stay.
Now, Miss Faith, you can tell us, 因为你有孩子们 because you have kids, 你有孩子们 during Christmas, what do you do with your kids?
我们平常不去教会。I think as we grew up with this tradition, 我们平常不去教会。We don't go to church per se on that day, but not because we are not Christians. We are, but we didn't grow up going to church on Christmas Day. So 我们平常不去教会。但是我们在圣诞节的时候，大家圣诞节 is actually Christmas Day. So during Christmas, 我全家都在一起。So my whole family is together. We meet together. 这样不是我丈夫还有孩子，不是我爷爷奶奶所有的家庭都在一起。然后我们在一起做什么？一起吃饭，一起吃烤肉，这样。
烤肉
We did it last YouTube, isn't it? How
Not last
no,
YouTube,
it was
last
Facebook. I
Yes,
keep
last
forgetting these
Facebook.
things. Yes, Kaoro, nyama choma, right? 然后
Yes.
一定吃 chapati. 一定吃
Chapati.
chapati must be there.
You're making me hungry. 我还没吃。
我也还没吃，我只喝水。I just took water to enter this YouTube. Yeah,
But
so
yes, so you can
basically,
see.
it's a holiday for uniting together and coming up. So when we come also, 我们一起祷告，对不起，我们一起祷告，大家祷告 is to pray. So we also pray together. We are happy it's almost end of year. Yeah, so these are basically 我们的活动, our activities.
Yes.
活动，对。
So maybe you guys can type for us in the chat. You guys, what huodongs do you have? Nio Shama Huodong, during these big holidays like Christmas, what do you guys do as a family? Because you can see this is kind of like their Christmas, because this is when the families come together, the whole families, people can now, as Miss Faith is saying, the the nine, the everyone, the grandfathers, the grandmothers, the cousins, people playing together. That is what they do during this trend here. Now, you guys can see this. So Phoebe, what did we say this is? Now you can tell us what this is.
饺子，
饺子，非常好. So
饺子。
So you can see this is the dumplings, right? This is the dumplings. So this, we said that the people from the north are the ones who like to eat this 饺子. And you guys can see this rice balls. The rice balls, you guys can see them. Look how pretty they look.
I know.
Maybe Miss Faith ni kai gasu woman ni chugwo rice balls ma.
我不喜欢，我没吃过。以前年我吃过，但是我不太喜欢。And maybe on the chat, the YouTube chat, we've got Miss Fritzy is there. She can tell us because she's now in China. Has she eaten this tangyuan, these rice balls? Yeah. Miss Fritzy, you can comment.
And she can also say what she thinks about them. What she thinks about them.
Personally, 我不太喜欢, but maybe now I don't know.
饺子呢？饺子呢？
饺子我吃过，饺子我比较喜欢，但是 it's not something I can 经常吃. It's not something I can eat all the time. I just like eating it like in ceremonies. I eat a little, not so much. 但是我喜欢，比较喜欢。
非常好. So guys, you can see this picture. Now, before
Fritzy has said she has not yet eaten the tangyuan.
I hope she's not like just eating Western food in China. She should be trying something different. Anyway, so guys, now that we told you what people usually do, what people do, they do this, they do that. Now, let us get into why they do these things. The culture behind all these things, where all these things began. I'm very interested to see. But maybe before Miss Faith, you can see how they decorate. I know in Christmas we usually put the tree, and then we put the anything, the shingly thingies, the mushainos. I usually call them the mushainos.
And I guess David, I'll keep on interjecting. So Fritzy says she eats Filipino foods. She's not eating Chinese foods. but Danny 说我很喜欢吃饺子。我很喜欢吃饺子，对 Danny。
非常好，非常好。
Yeah, and Fritzy says she's going to explore. She has not yet started exploring yet. Yeah, so that's good.
In a short time, I'm going to tell you guys my opinion about the jiaozi and the but before we get into that, Miss Faith, I want you to just explain to us how they do these decorations, and maybe you can tell us what these things are called, the duanlian, the yifu, why are they hongsada? The what are these lamps? What do they call them? Maybe you can just tell us anything that maybe you know about the
Anything I can
decorations that they
remember?
do. Yes, anything that you can remember about
Okay.
how they decorate.
Okay, I think first of all, it's good to remember that the Chinese people love red color because red color is a sign of happiness and prosperity. So that's why 他们一般穿 especially 在春节的时候 during 春节 during Spring Festival 一般就穿红色的衣服 because it symbolizes prosperity and happiness, as well as yellow is a good color even for peace, happiness as well. And then there are these red balls hung. These are the lanterns.
Mhm.
They are
This one.
lanterns. I don't know whether we can equivalent them to the way like during Christmas we put the lights, those lights. What do we call those
Okay.
lights? Yeah, those lights.
Okay.
I've forgotten what we call them exactly, but yeah, those lights. But then for the Chinese, yeah, they will put them at the front of the door. They would also hang some inside the house. Yeah, and then you can see there are red couplets that have been hung on the door with an upside down character. Basically, this character is called Fu. Fu, F-U, Fu, and Fu symbolizes happiness as well. It actually means happiness. But then they invert it. They invert it because they say Fu Dao. Now that Dao means upside down. It means upside down. However, because it has the same pronunciation as Dao for arriving, it basically means happiness has arrived. For example, happiness has arrived in my house. So because it's trendy, because it's Spring Festival, so I put the red couplet on the door, the Fu. Even here at the center, we've got some Fu here hanged on the wall. Yeah, basically that's it. The Chinese people, even during Spring Festival, just like us, they also treasure buying new clothes. So they will buy new clothes. Those, of course, who will afford. But you find largely people can save towards this day and be able to at least buy something new, mostly red in color. Yeah, and yeah, you talked about the Hongbao, which is very important, very important. I remember in this year's 20, some Chinese brought for my children Hongbaos. Yeah, because they're very important. The elderly people come to give the Hongbao to the children. But there's one thing that I like so much about the 20 because it ever happened when I was in China and especially in the village. I was in the village during that time. You know what happened? That early morning of 20, we moved door to door. This was very yoyis because we moved door to door, saying hi, telling people Xinyan Kwaila, Xinyan Kwaila. It's so practical in the village than in the urban, as because in the village people have time, they can easily move from door to door saying 20 Kwaila, Xinyan Kwaila. Xinyan means New Year and Kwaila means happy. So Xinyan Kwaila, Happy New Year. Very precious time in the celebration of Spring Festival. Yeah. We can't say everything, but yeah.
Definitely. Like if we decide to say everything about this holiday, we probably will not even finish. We will take too much time here.
Right.
But now, Kenya, now here at Discovery Chinese, we celebrated Spring Festival by meeting together and eating some food. So maybe I can just do a small flash of some of my friends that I took pictures with. So this is me and Kinami's Faith and Kinami's Phoebe, my Shueshangmen, my fellow Laoshis. And we went to For You restaurant where we had a very lovely time. So maybe I can just show you guys I had wanted to tell you what all these things, but maybe you can recognize the xiao.
No, my God, what are we going to do? And we don't have this food right now.
So you can see how we try to as well celebrate. We try to celebrate and how we had the cake. You can see some of our little ones were also here. And we had a really, really nice time together as students, as teachers, as very many people. I know for Kida Phoebe, Kida Miss, this is a activity for you guys. But yes, we try to celebrate it together and eating and doing this and that. But now, even as we say all this, you can see the red, the what, all these things that we said. But there is always a story behind all this. So even as we do this, I want us to look at the story, the legend. You guys are seeing that we are talking about a story, and then you ask me, why do you have this cartoon here? Why do you have this cartoon here?
Yes, that's Lauscher.
Yes.
So Fritzi has just written, just the other day, it was this week, right? We celebrated the Moon Festival or Mid-Autumn Festival.
Yes.
And we ate mooncakes at the center. And then Fritzi says, and remember Fritzi is in Jungwa, she says she even missed to eat mooncakes.
Oh, no!
How could she have not eaten mooncakes?
Imagine. Now, Phoebe, I want you to do the Hwati.
新年快乐。
新年快乐 So just tell us 新年快乐什么意思 Happy New Year 非常好
Xin is new, and is year, and then 快乐 is happy.
非常好 So Happy New Year. Now, I'm going to tell you something really interesting today, Phoebe. I can't wait to hear what you're going to think about it. Miss Lupena, I see you here. Can you please read for us some of the words that we're going to encounter in the next story? Okay, Phoebe, can you read? Meishe, just read them really quickly.
Gushi.
Gushi means?
Story. Shangshin. To believe. Xiu.
Qiuxi. 非常好 Qiuxi 是什么
No, I was on Xiu, food.
Oh, Xiu. Xiu is food. 非常好 And then?
Chushi. New Year's Eve. Gang. Mo. Shan. Deep. Shan. Mountain. Eating. Definitely.
Yes, definitely.
Function.
发现
Discover.
To discover or to realize, okay? To discover or to realize. Now, look, yes. So Phoebe, I want you to try and read this story, okay? The story of the new year, of the Chinese New Year. So maybe you can just read it. You can just read it a little.
I didn't write for you.
Phoebe, 继续吧。
中国人相信
So Chinese people believe.
从前有一个怪兽。
Now I know you know 怪兽, you don't know.
一个怪兽就年到出席爬上山。
Now I know, before you continue, I know you don't know what 怪兽 means. Guaisho is a monster. It's the monster that we saw over there. And you can see the monster is Jiao Shama.
Nian.
So the monster
Jiao
is called,
Nian.
yeah, so the monster is
Nian.
called Nian. It's called Nian. Okay,
Okay. 这样让大家更害怕。
And what is hyper? Hyper,
Yeah.
to be afraid. So
Afraid.
this monster made, so it says that 没到除夕爬上岸. So like the monster always used to come out during the New Year's Eve, right? And this used to make the people really afraid. So this monster called Nian.
他们都去山上徒弟，有一年，他们从夜虽来了，
So this word "twin," I know you don't know what the word "twin" means. So this word "twin" means a village, okay? So your Indian, there is one year where an old person came from a different village, okay? Came from a different village. Tashua Shama.
他说，他说了，他不想去山上。
He doesn't want to go. So you can see here, we said that the people, this thing made them really afraid. This monster called Nian made them very afraid. And so they used to go to the Shenshan deep on top of the mountain to hide this duopi. Duopi means to hide. They used to go hide deep in the mountain when the monster comes. But this guy has come from a different village and he's saying what? He does not want to go hide. Jishuba.
因为老婆婆给了人些
Now remember we said shiwu is food, right? And now this la popo, okay? So this is an old woman, okay? An old woman, an old kashosho is the one who gave this person food, okay?
冰圈外山上都遇粘稠。
非常好. So alimpatia chakula na now Bing Chuan is to like an ambeg, right? An ambeg. Quickly go to the mountain. Go and hide. The monster is coming.
他对老婆婆说：“婆婆若让我在家住一夜，我一定念头。”
So let me explain to you what that means. 婆婆 mama, mama, 让我在家住. Let me stay in your house for 一夜. 一夜 is one night. Now Miss Faith has posted yet another video where I saw she said about this year to midnight. So let me stay in your house for one night, and then 我一定 I will definitely I will definitely. And look, this Nian Shou, remember Guai Shou, we said Guai Shou is the monster. I will definitely drive away this monster. So this old person is saying that he will definitely drive away this monster. Jishuba?
半夜时分，年说来了。
So ban ye, remember ban is a half, right? So half night. Ban ye, half night, so midnight, right? At midnight, the monster came, right? The monster came.
他发现村里的气氛是不同的。
She butongda. So what is the butongda? It's the chirfen, right? I know you don't know what chirfen means. Chirfen means the atmosphere. So Tafashianla, he realized or he discovered, the atmosphere she butongda. And you know butong means?
different.
So the atmosphere is different. Why is the atmosphere different? Look at this.
在老婆婆家门贴着的红纸里
Mhm.
面
So 在老婆婆家 in this old woman's house, the man, what is a man? Man,
不知道
man, Kai man. If I say Kai
Oh.
man,
the door.
at the door, yes. So at the door, tieza. Remember when we were saying tieza is a post, right? Tieza when we're talking about the social media. So tieza, like imestikishwa. Imestikishwa the what? The da hong ji. Ji is a paper. Now the papers that we saw have been stuck at the door. So now we are seeing why they do that every year. Okay. So the monster saw that they were mestikisha the da hong, a big red paper on the wall. Da hong ji is a paper. And then li mian.
里面如火 聪明
非常好. So Tong Ming is like is very lit up, okay? Is very lit up. Kumewaka kila mahali. So the lights, the tang are zimewaka zote, right? Zishuba.
渐进门口的时候 包着突然传来了
Now, this word, jiangjin, you know, man, we said man is the door, right? Ko is the entrance. Remember, ko is the mouth of the door. The mouth of the door, that is the entrance, okay? So, jiangjin is to approach. So when the monster was approaching the door, right? Baoja is an explosion. So there was an explosion, Turan, Shama, Chuan Laila. So the explosion ikaskika, boom, right? An explosion ikaskika. Zishuba.
原来面最把红色火光和包着
So we already said Baoja is the explosion, okay? So Yuan Lai means originally. Kumbe, so this is like saying Kumbe, what he feared the most was the red color, right? The Huoguang is the candles being lit. And the explosion, right? So Kumbe, what this monster feared the most was the red color, the lights, and the explosions. That's what used to make him really afraid. This monster called Nian.
当时老人突然出了
So this word dang shi at that time. Now at that time when the monster said kogopa, right? At that time, that old person who was here in the house when everyone has gone kujificha huko kwa mountain, to run suddenly, right? Suddenly, chu akatoka, like the beast, like the hero, right? The hero. Tachuan la shama.
他穿了红色的衣服 这样让人快走
So Tao means kutoroka, escaping, right? So tell me, Tachuan la hongsa daifu and up to here. Shamaisu.
He wore a red cloth. This way made the monster to run quickly.
To run away quickly. Pei Chang Ha. Yes, it made the monster run away very quickly.
从那天每年除夕接着结婚对联让饭包住户户烛火聪明
非常好. So, 从那天, since that day, from that day, okay? From that day, 从那天, 每年, every year, 除夕 every year at the New Year's Eve, during the New Year's Eve. Dia every home, right? Dia every home. They tear, we say tear is to stikisha, right? To post. Hong, 对联. So 对联 are those picture or the paper. Da Hong Ji, the Da Hong Ji are what they are calling 对联, okay? 对联. So every house now has to put that, and then Ran Fang Bao Zhu. Now Bao Zhu is said is the explosion, and so Ran Fang is the Kwakisha, the what? The fireworks. That is why they are all the fireworks. So Nikama na and Hu Hu Zhu Huo Tong Ming. Remember I said Tong Ming is the Kwakishwa. So there has to be light everywhere, and the explosions are there everywhere, and that's why they stikisha the red things and they wear the red clothes, because they know that this is what makes the monster afraid. And sasa ndio inafanya wazifukuze, okay? That's sasa ndio wanafanya wazifukuze. So now you understand where this word Nien came from, to mean year, right? It came from this monster, and why they like the red so much, and why they always stikisha all these things, okay? Fei Chang Hao. Okay, so that is 20, okay? Now, I can see the time is really much spent. I had wanted us to also do Zhongqiujie, but I think I will look for another time to show you how the Chinese celebrate this other holiday called Zhongqiujie, which is the spring autumn festival, which is now the one that was celebrated on Tuesday. But for today, we can just end there for today, okay? So, Miss Faith?
Yes.
你相信你相信他们的故事吗？相信吗？
我不知道，我相信，不是，这个是 it's just like legends.
It's a legend,
Yeah,
right?
it's a legend. Yeah. 但
It's a
是
legend.
这个故事让我们了解中国的文化，了解就是 to understand， 了解 is to understand， 了解中国文化。The story helps us to 了解 to understand 中国的文化 culture, China culture.
So guys, I know like all Chinese speakers know that Nian means year, and we usually just tell you Nian means year. But today now you get to understand why this word came from, this word called Nian. So now you can see this is the Nian. Shita, right? It was actually someone's name. Shita, or rather something's name. This monster called Nian, okay? That used to make people really afraid and make them hide in the Shenshan, deep in the mountains. So guys, maybe you can tell us some of the legends that we have. I know African Traditional Society, we have many legends. So for me, I won't tell you which tribe I come from, but I know some of ours. And maybe next time we can hear some of ours, the ones that we have. But for today, we can end there for today. Next time, we can talk about the other holidays. But even as they celebrate other holidays, we will be trying to at least bring you content to see some of the other holidays that the Chinese also celebrate, okay? But I hope you enjoyed a bit of the culture. I hope you enjoyed a small bit. We may not be able to cover everything also about 20, yeah? Even if we decide to do that within this hour, it may not be possible. Yes.
Danny says 他一点也不相信，但是故事挺有意思。So he loves
挺有意思。
对 the 故事 is interesting， 挺有意思。但是他一点也不相信。And maybe I think I would have requested we read the story again, just that story as we end, please.
Okay.
So that somebody can go practice the listening again. just we
Okay.
go through it again without the explanation.
Kai.
Yeah, because
Kai.
as Phoebe was reading, you were interjecting, explaining, then now we can just read it
Yes.
as a
I
whole.
believe now everyone knows the general bit of the story. So now you can try and read it again. Now just focusing on the words and trying to remember what they meant. So maybe Miss Faith, can you take us through it? Can you take us through the reading, the story time?
OK，好的。春节的故事，中国人相信从前有一个怪兽叫年，每到除夕爬上岸，这样让大家更害怕。他们都去山上躲避。有一年，一个老人从别的村来了，他说了，他不想去山上。一位老婆婆给了老人些食物，并劝他快上山躲避年兽。可是他对老婆婆说：“婆婆，若让我在家住一夜，我一定把年兽撵走。”半夜时分，年兽来了，他发现村里的气氛是不同的。在老婆婆家门贴着大红纸，里面烛火通明。将近门口的时候，报纸突然传来了，原来年最怕红色火光和报纸。当时老人突然出去了，他穿了红色的衣服，这样让年快逃。从那天，每年除夕，家家贴红对联，燃放爆竹，户户烛火通明。
谢谢老师，谢谢，非常好，非常好。So guys, keep on reading the story again. I have given you a short story. 我的学生们 when you come to the center, I will make sure to also give you the story in Hanzi, okay? So that you can also practice it in Hanzi. And as you read it, try to remember what it means. And even as you read this, why did I also write this story? So that you can see now how to, when you're speaking now a language, when you're writing, look, pay attention to some of the words that they say, like 从前, once upon a time. 从前. I know if you want to direct translate it to my students, I know you all know 从 means from and 前 means before. So from before, I know you will tell me from before. But this is how now they say once upon a time. Once upon a time. 非常好. Look at this. 半夜时分. Look at this. 有一年. There is 1 year. You can also say 有一天. One day, this and this and this happened. Pay attention to the language of telling a story. Pay attention even as you read it again. And as you try and tell. Now, this is the exercise I will give you because all of you are my Shangmen now. You can try and learn this story and try and tell it to someone else. Try and tell this story to someone else. And I think it will really help you in your speaking. But for today, I had a really good time telling you guys about this Chuanjie, which is the Chinese New Year. I hope you guys had a good time as well to see some of their culture. Remember, guys, that we are always open. You can get our contact information in any of our videos in the description box. Please remember to hit like, subscribe, comment. If you need any topic to be discussed, you guys are welcome to suggest it to us and we shall create content towards the same. If you have any problems, any questions, you guys can always contact us. Miss Faith already gave you the directions to our center. If you want to come to our center, you guys are very much welcome. And we're not just saying you come at hizo siku zenye tunaenda for you kukula. Kujeni pia msome. Kujeni pia msome. And participate as much as you can. But otherwise, I have had a really good time. I don't know, Rugwa, Miss Faith, Miyoshima, do you have anything to say to your Shueshangmen?
but in our chat, a lot is happening.
Okay,
A lot
maybe
is
you can tell us because I
happening.
can't see that. I can't see that.
No, there's just a conversation between Danny and Fritzy,
Uh-huh.
which is okay. They're getting to know where this one is, but also
Ah,
which is good. 这个非常好，因为他们我们都一定认识 we need to know one another 或者互相认识 to know one another. Then we've got Valerie saying the story was good and scary. So next time, Augustus Lausche, don't give us a scary story. But I think telling our viewers to please go and practice the story again, I think Augustus Lausche, we can also post it on the comments with the hands, right? So
Right.
that somebody can a whole find their opinion. With that, they will practice the reading of the characters as well as the pinyin. So guys, we're going to post on the comments here or on the chat, we're going to post the characters of Yani, the story in characters. So you can also practice reading the characters. And Fritzi says tonight she can't sleep. Apparently it's night in China. She's not able to sleep, and we wish you can be able to sleep. But thank you for tuning in.
Thank you so much, guys, for tuning in.
Thank you. Augustus Lausch, 谢谢 Phoebe, 谢谢 Trufena, 谢谢 for coming to our class today.
Bukati. Now, before we close, I want to give a shout out to all my students from USIU. I have just gotten text messages from them, and they say that they are graduating tomorrow. So I will teach you just that word for graduating. It's yeah. So maybe you can say it with us. So guys, maybe you can just write a small congratulations to my students from USIU who are graduating tomorrow. So I may not mention all of you here by name, but guys, I want you guys to know that I am proud of you. You guys are working hard. You're coming, you're learning your Chinese. You're also learning your own content. Feichang, how. I wish you a good day. I wish you a good day tomorrow. Success. Post as many pictures as you can. We will also Dianzan. We will also like all the photos, but gongsi, congratulations to all of you. So I think for now, if there is no any other question for now, we can say 再见
Sorry, Fritzy, you can still read the character.